Hi everyone, welcome back to my booktube channel. I hope you're doing well. Today's video is my TBR pile. My TBR pile that I originally planned has changed because my daughter was supposed to go for surgery at the end of April, the last day in April, and it's been rearranged. So the original plan that I had to read, I stocked up my Kindle and I picked like a few hardbacks and stuff like that I was going to take with me, but now I'm not going. I'm going to save them for a later date, probably June if she goes at the end of this month. But yeah, let's get into it. I'm going to start off with the Kindle books that I've picked for May. First up we have As for Andrea. This is a thriller book. This is the book club pick that me and my best friend are going to read for May. We were supposed to read it in April, but none of us read it, so we're going to read it in May. This is about a man who essentially is like a serial killer. He goes on dates and stuff, and I think he murders them after the first date. But I think it's like the women that he's murdered are coming back to haunt him. It's only something like 295 pages long, so it's not that long of a read. We've wanted to read it for a little while actually. We discovered it on TikTok, really raved about, so we've wanted to read it for a little while, so we thought we'd read it now. Next we have Pretty Monster by Sheridan Ann. This is very much Haunted Adeline vibes, although I've heard that this is apparently worse. This is essentially it's obviously a dark romance. It's essentially a woman that is being stalked, but she ends up falling in love with her stalker, and she becomes addicted to him in the same way that he's addicted to her, from what I can tell from the blurb and stuff. So we have that. Next up we have The Fabric of Our Souls by K.M. Moronova. This is another dark romance. It says check trigger warnings. I'm guessing check trigger warnings for Pretty Monster as well. This is about a woman that wakes up in a hospital bed. She wants to die. Her brother is there, and then it says that he puts her into an unorthodox rehab centre, and her roommate is a man that craves life when she craves death. So they're basically put together. I've heard quite a lot of good things about this. I don't know if it's emotional or not, I'm not quite sure, but I know it's meant to be quite dark, so I'm looking forward to this. I'm in a dark romance mood. It's been a while since I've read any. Moving on to physical books, we have As Good as Dead by Holly Jackson. This was on April's TBR pile, but I didn't get around to reading it. I read the first two, so I need to finish this one. I think this is like bigger than the rest of them. This one is about Pip, who is the main character in all three books. She solves the case in the first book, and then she solves a missing person case in the second book, and in this one she has a stalker herself. I think there's probably a few people out to get her because she suspected a few people that were innocent in the previous two books, and obviously she's aired a lot of secrets about people and stuff like that. So in this one she has a stalker. I'm guessing that she solves the case of her stalker herself because she seems to be very good at that. But yeah, this one, just so I can finish off the series really. So I might read that one fairly soon just to get it out of the way with. Next up we have The Do-Over by Lynn Painter. This is quite a short book actually, it's less than 300 pages. This is about, what's her name, Emily, who I think on Valentine's Day she finds out her boyfriend is cheating on her, but then she's basically on a time loop where she just keeps reliving that same day over and over again. And then she meets someone new. That's as much as I know. I think this one might actually be, I think her other books are young adult, but I don't think this one is. I quite like her writing actually. She's a very easy to read writer. So yeah, looking forward to this one. Next up we have Night Shift by Annie Crown. This is quite a recent book for me. This follows Kendall and what's his name? Vincent. She is a reader. She works in the university library, and he is a basketball player, and he stumbles in looking for poetry recommendations, I think it says, and I think they're very, very different. So I think it's kind of, I don't think it's such enemies to lovers, but I do think they clash to begin with. Then obviously there's going to be some sort of romance between them. I love this cover. But yeah, this, I don't know whether this is going to be like smut or whether it's just kind of like a nice romance book. With these books, they tend to just be like nice little romance books. They're not smutty or anything like that. Next up we have the book that I am looking forward to the most, which is The Nightingale by Kristin Hannah. I was going to take this to hospital with me, but now that I'm not going, I'm still reading it this month because I can't wait any longer. I really want to read it. This is essentially what it's like to be a woman, what it was like to be a woman living through the Second World War. It follows two sisters that both tell their story from their own like points of view, which obviously are very different. Emotional, sad, yeah, that's all I know. I'm really, really, really looking forward to this. This is one that I really need to read this month. I can't wait. Next we have Love Theoretically by Ali Hazelwood. I've had this one for quite a while, but I haven't got around to reading it yet. This follows Elsie, who is a professor by day, and then she has like a little side hustle where she like fake dates for money. So she will offer her services to someone to like pretend to be their girlfriend for dates and stuff like that. So her favourite client, she finds out that his older brother is someone that ruined her mentor's career, and he's standing in the way of her getting her dream job. I think he's meant to be quite grumpy. I think it's Grumpy Sunshine, them kind of vibes. I'm guessing enemies to lovers. But yeah, I'm quite looking forward to this one. I've read Love on the Brain and what's the other one? The Love Hypothesis. But I'm yet to read this. I'm yet to read Checkmate. I'm yet to read Bride. So I think I'll go with this one, then try and read the others as I go on. Next we have Fair Rosalind by Natasha Solomons. Look how beautiful this cover is. I just love it so much. This is obviously Romeo falls in love with Rosalind before he falls in love with Juliet. In this, Rosalind and Juliet are actually cousins. Rosalind's dad wants her to join a convent and she doesn't want to, so she ends up going with Romeo until it all goes a bit sour. I'm really looking forward to this one as well. This has been on my TBR for quite a while, so this is probably like the second one that I need to get read this month. I really hope I enjoy this as well, because if I don't enjoy this one I'm going to be so sad, because I think I've built it up so highly in my head that now I'm going to be like gutted if I don't enjoy this. Lastly we have Magnolia Parks, The Long Way Home. In my April TBR pile I said that I wanted to get through the rest of the series. I read Daisy Hates in April, enjoyed it, wasn't my favourite. I've seen a lot of like stick about Magnolia Parks lately, where, because I think everyone's just kind of jumping on and reading this now, that they find Magnolia quite annoying and they prefer Daisy, but for me it's the other way around. I like Daisy Hates this character, but I don't know, I much prefer Magnolia. So I'm going to read this one. Number 5 has recently come out, which is Magnolia Parks book again. Number 4 is Daisy Hates. Number 5 is back to Magnolia. This book is huge. And number 5 I've seen, because it's only recently came out, I've seen a lot of people saying it's like a whole different kind of heartbreak. So I'm like preparing myself for that, because I think it's gonna like emotionally destroy me, I'm guessing. So yeah, this one is Magnolia, following on from the first book. At the end of the first one she left and she went to New York after all the drama with VJ. and I think she's still there, but I think this is her. I don't know whether she spends most of the book in New York and then comes home at the end or what, but obviously The Long Way Home, it's about her coming back and dealing with things where they left off, I'm guessing. Like I say, really looking forward to this. I really want to finish the series. I don't know when book 6 is coming out, but hopefully we won't have to wait too long. But I prefer Magnolia over Daisy anyway, so I'll finish her books sooner. But yeah, I can't wait. How many pages is this? 524 pages, so it's a big book. But yeah, really looking forward to it. So that is everything that I am hoping to read in May. How many books did I pick? I picked 10 books. Probably not going to read 10. But those are my choices to pick from. Most important to get to are Magnolia Parks, The Nightingale and Fair Rosalind. Oh, and the third book in the A Good Girl's Guide to Murder series, what's that called? As Good as Dead, that one. So yeah, if you've read any of these books, please let me know down below. If you plan to read any, which are your favourite, which you didn't like if you've read them. If you would like to, please like and subscribe. But if not, no worries. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Bye.